Hello and welcome. It is yet another episode of A Star to Steer Her By, your favorite Star Trek watching podcast. And we're still watching Discovery.
Season 4 will not end.
It's been slogging so slowly towards wherever it is they're going. Because, we're on the episode Rosetta, the 11th out of 13 episodes of Season 4 Discovery.
There are 2 episodes left.
There's 2 episodes left that they're just going to have to, go guns blazing at, because we still haven't reached the actual plot. But if you know that we're still talking about Discovery, then you know that I am Ames.
I'm Caitlin.
Jake.
I hope you could smell my name there, listeners. I was sending it to you via pheromones.
Oh.
Heckin' yikes.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That was Chris. And we're on episode number 424.
Woo!
Wow.
I haven't been chair in a while. Forgot about that.
Well, I haven't been having to take down your name as often. So we're talking about Rosetta. Let me tell you what happens in Rosetta. We start the episode with arguing with General Ndoye about whether or not the Discovery crew should really be doing yet another side quest to some planet that they inexplicably expect might have been the old stomping ground of Species 10C with no fucking evidence, but, fine.
Because it was near a Dyson ring.
That's right.
And instead of going to investigate the Dyson rings, they go to investigate the dead planet.
Interesting. The Dyson rings did look cool.
And you know that means it's a very clean sun.
Mm.
Yeah, and no one else in the Federation is allowed to do anything right now, and I throw a fucking fit, but that's beside the point. The point is, we're going down to this planet regardless of what anyone else says. So we got Burnham, we got Saru, we got Culber, and we got Detmer going down to this planet, which looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Except that it comes with the side effect that they keep having crazy hallucinations and disorientation. Except for Detmer. I wonder why. Could it be her implants are doing something useful for it? No, it's because she hasn't come in contact with the copious amounts of dust the planet is coated in somehow. So turns out, touching dust seems to instill in you, even though you're wearing an EV suit, but they hand wave away. It seems to instill in you the emotion associated with a certain person, place, or thing. So a noun, I guess. Which, hey, could help us figure out how to communicate with Species 10C. Holy shit, guys, it's Discovery. So the answer all along was emotions. Who's surprised? Meanwhile, Tarka and Book are having trouble figuring out how to get past 10C's shields or something into their general 10C area. And they want to literally piggyback on the Discovery. So they board the ship. And they spend the whole episode sneaking around and listening to people's private conversations, which is hilarious. Book tries to enlist Ndoye to their cause to some effect. And Tarka accidentally gets caught and has to take Reno hostage. Yay, more Tig. Finally, in the tiniest, littlest plot, Adira has so little left to do that the writers have decided that they idolize Detmer now.
Sure.
So we get a whole scene of them telling us why Detmer is so cool.
I mean, Detmer is cool, but...
Is she?
I like Detmer.
Is she that cool?
She's not that cool, but she's cooler than Bryce and Reese.
Do we have to tell the audience why Detmer is cool?
No.
Pilots are automatically cool. It's just a rule in Star Trek.
That's true.
Anyway, the fucking end. I actually didn't hate this one.
I didn't hate
it either.
I came this close to liking it, and then none of my expectations paid off.
I'll tell you what I hated about it.
Oh, really? Jake hated things about it.
I didn't care for parts of it. I did not
What
care.
parts?
I really have come to loathe the Adira character.
I'm so sad, because I liked them in the beginning, and now... If you just picture Tilly saying any of these lines, it's the exact same shit.
It's just the Tillification. Now we're in the imposter syndrome phase.
Yeah.
And, it's just total, why did we write out Tilly if we were just going to have Adira do all the Tilly stuff?
Because we have this extra character.
None of the competency that Tilly had toward the end.
Yeah, and it's a missed opportunity because they're also doing more, trying to tell us shit that they could have easily shown us. That Adira is saying that they're like struggling with something or other.
I've already forgotten what.
That we have no idea what they've even been doing. Presumably Stamets has given them a task and we don't know what it is. And they're saying like, oh, I wish I were more like Detmer, who keeps a calm under pressure and blah, blah, blah.
Which is something that nobody has said or talked about before. And in fact, there was an entire plot point in the previous season.
Well,
Which Jotaro tells us
Yeah,
about.
but
mentions. It's like, where
reminding us last
Detmer
season existed.
was decidedly uncool and not great under pressure. So it's like they picked the wrong character to make this point with.
Yeah, very much
And they
so.
really only did it because the A plot involved Detmer, because they realized, oh, we have to do a Detmer thing because we did an OO thing and we did a Reese thing and we have to.
Nilsson got a line once.
I was about to say, if there was any of the bridge characters that I feel like is always calm under pressure, it's Owo.
Reno.
Bridge.
Oh, you said Bridge. Okay.
Yeah. Also,
any of the more minor characters. And
Reno, yeah.
Yeah. Also,
like,
but Reno is. I don't know if Reno is just cool under pressure or just constantly high. Reno might just be like huffing drive plasma on the sly. I don't know. Because Reno is just
Space,
like
rubber
too
cement.
cool for school.
I'm here for that. Again, it's one of those things I never want them to confirm, but I will accept it as headcanon.
Yep. That's it.
It's the effects of whatever touching the time crystal two and
That's
a half,
right.
2.5 seasons
There we
ago
go.
was. Except I think she was like this before she did that too. But
But that just cemented it. Yeah, no, my thought, it was just like, they've just decided that Adira just always gets on with the gingers. First Tilly, now Detmer.
Yeah, I at least I don't think I noticed the infantilizing music if there was any.
I don't
think
think
there was.
Okay, that's good.
That's only when
she's talking when they're talking with Stamets.
Yeah, when Stamets is talking down to them.
But yeah, I mean,
Wow.
like compared to last week, which had me in a fit. Like, yeah, it wasn't bad. Again, though, it does feel like we're kind of sort of spinning our wheels.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, as a standalone, weirdly, it would have worked better as a standalone episode than part of this larger plot of just like, we have found this planet we're trying to understand. Its dust fucks with our emotions and gives us visions, like as just a Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
But because it's part of this larger, endless plot.
The individual elements are executed well enough.
Yes.
Within the whole context, it's infuriating because you're continuing to like inch forward the progress of this season while it feels like nothing's happening.
Yeah, like this feels like you could take this basic idea and it would fit in any other Star Trek
if they were
series.
literally just exploring a planet because they're like, what happened here? Look at these cool fucking Dyson rings.
You could like, it totally could have been like a good Voyager where, Tuvok's stuck with Neelix for some reason and the dust fucks with him and
They could do one where like they're on this planet and they keep getting these like emotional flashes of high intensity, and then we find out that it's actually a society that has purged all negative emotions and they now trade like evil thoughts.
Oh, that's like random thoughts.
Oh yeah. No, I'm joking. I'm making a joke about a thing, but yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I think that the A plot on its own, in isolation, was
fine
phenomenal.
Star Trek plot.
Really good.
A couple things I would have tweaked.
Yeah.
A couple of things I thought were stupid about it were these are the world's worst EV suits.
Yeah, it's like
what?
Yeah, it's like, okay, guys, maybe just have your filter
everything,
not just things it's familiar with. Throwing that out there. That's kind of the point of a filter.
Yeah, this condom only works with, hepatitis, but everything else can pass through.
Yeah, it's also kind of like the technology has surpassed any logical usefulness. Like, you would think that instead of like it should block everything, not just some things that it recognizes. Like at that point, at that point, it's like, well, maybe you'd be better off just wearing one of those COVID masks and hoping for the best. Actually,
this is
like
a KN95 spacesuit. What's this?
And I had an easy fix because the first thing I thought when they go down there. And both Saru and Culber, so it wasn't just a Saru thing. Because for a second you can be like, oh no, his Vaharai, oh god. When Culber also has a vision and an emotional response, for a hot second when they realize Detmer's the one that's unaffected, and you think for a second, oh wow, it could be important that it's Detmer specifically because of her implant. And that's why she's here, because she's a very specific character in that regard. oh no, it's because she isn't huffing dust.
Well,
I thought it could have easily been, instead of dust contact that somehow gets through your filters, if it were like a light flashing that Detmer's implant did filter out, that would work.
Well, they even meant at
If
first
it
even
was Giorgio using a weird blinking
Yeah,
pattern.
the blinking thing. I was thinking from the game when Data comes in and flashes the light and everybody gets unobsessed with the game.
Right. I forgot that was the solution there.
Exactly.
But yeah, like at first you're even thinking, because they even make a point of mentioning how Saru's got heightened senses. You're like, oh, he's affected because, oh, no, it's affecting everyone except Detmer. Yeah, they said it had something to do with her, like, PTSD therapy.
She said it was because she didn't huff dust. When they first figure out why it isn't affecting her, it's because she didn't come in contact with the dust.
Yeah, right, because Saru touched the dust, and then I knelt in the dust, and then I was fingering Saru or whatever.
How did Michael... Okay.
Michael also touched
the one that
dust.
They also definitely said something about, like, PTSD therapy for some reason.
Well, she had a different response when she touched the love dust.
Oh, okay, that's what it was? That and, like, her dad didn't hug her enough or something.
I've never felt peace.
Yeah, we get an exposition line from Detmer telling us a thing from her past, which every single Bridge Crew character has gotten this season, and it's so dumb.
Well, listen, it was nice to learn about her without killing her.
Yeah.
That's it just feels...
At this point, I don't care enough for her not to get killed.
Cynical.
That's true.
It feels like the writers are just being very cynical, or it's like, oh, we have to give every character a personality trait because people complain that they didn't have... The Bridge Crew didn't have any personality.
So wrong.
But they're doing it so poorly. It's terrible.
It would have been more interesting if they took the character they already had and built on it instead of just telling us facts about them.
Yeah. I think, this might have been too deep of a cut, but, the interesting thing I thought about Detmer very early on was that she loathed Michael and that she had a lot of resentment towards Michael because of what happened on the Shenzhou.
But that was years and that was centuries ago now.
Well, yeah, but that could be the type of thing where if like, oh, we're on this planet with these weird emotional things, and now this buried emotion that she's had that she's consciously moved past, but deep down she still has this in her that and I could see a very interesting episode where like they're stuck on the planet and the emotions are affecting them, but they don't even realize it right away, and they're just like getting in each other's throats. And we've
seen that episode so many times.
Oh yeah,
this is that episode of Enterprise with the cave.
Or that episode of TOS with the Klingons and the flashy light thing that is feeding off their hate.
But that's basically what they're doing now anyway, so why not dig it up again?
Or Fascination, or name your favorite thing.
Well, Fascination was different. Fascination was just,
Which one was Fascination?
Old lady.
You always forget which one Fascination is.
I don't remember what Fascination is.
You love Fascination.
Did I?
It's got Luoxana Troy.
It's the one where Luoxana is going through menopause and everybody gets...
Oh, God. That one's terrible, isn't it?
Isn't that from TNG, though?
DS9.
It's from DS9?
Yeah. Yep.
You've seen
it's
it
where Jake starts hitting on Kira.
Yeah. They're all... Yeah, but also Kira and Julian wind up making out, don't they?
They do.
Jake's got good taste.
And Dax is into... No, not Dax. Bareil is like horny for Dax and shit.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, and Dax is horny for Cisco,
and Cisco is...
I probably keep forgetting... I feel like I didn't like that one, which probably I keep forgetting
It's in my least favorite.
It's not a great episode.
Awful.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anywho, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like bringing up this random shit from her past, they already had stuff that they could have mined for Detmer to be upset about. But otherwise, I did really like the plot. I like, this is definitely... I could see taking this plot and just dumping it into TNG or Voyager or any episode, any previous series, and it would fit.
Yeah. Which is a weird thing to say as a compliment. Like, hey, you could totally use it in another show. But, with Star Trek, that is weirdly a compliment. It feels like Star Trek is what it means.
It feels like Star Trek. It feels like it works as an interesting sci-fi story.
Yeah. One thing that did distract me from this is they have that big argument at the top of why are we going to this planet? Michael's making all the decisions instead of anyone else. And I think it's... Rillick probably asked Michael, why are both you and Saru going down?
I thought that. It's like, have you never seen an episode of Star Trek, President Rillick?
Star Trek TOS, Star Trek TNG, Picard would never go down there.
That's true. They were conscious of that.
I wonder what their protocols are, because Rillick seems surprised. Like, why are the two of you? This makes no sense. And Michael's like, well, I'm a xenoanthropologist. And Saru is a super linguist. And I'm thinking to myself, because we see a scene later with Dr. I think it's Hirai, and I wouldn't know this if I didn't look it up online.
Oh, yeah, the guy, the cunning linguist that they
the guy
talk
who's
to?
playing crossword puzzles, even though they shouldn't exist in the future anymore. The Asian chap.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Asian fellow who like split a fucking gut over the non-joke last week.
Yeah, who they set up as this master linguist.
Yeah.
And it's like, Saru speaks 25 languages. Okay, does he speak 10C? Get the fuck out!
Yeah. And I'm thinking, we have this guy whom you specifically introduced for this plot. I don't think he ever does anything. Why is he here?
Well, I think the idea with him is they're saving him for the meeting, so yeah, you don't want him going to, like...
I hope he does something next week. Fucking better.
We'll see, but that seems to be the concept.
Yeah, but with him, like, I would totally have seen him going on this away mission.
Well, yeah, if you're trying to save him for the delegation, you don't want him in harm's way.
Not in harm's way necessarily, because, he's got plot armor. He's there with Burnham.
They don't know that.
They definitely know that.
Well, but but not everybody necessarily does. I mean, she does, but that doesn't mean everyone around her does.
Well, they could kill him off. That would be great.
Well, I was going to say, because they've killed plenty of people that we don't give a shit about. And he does fit into that category of someone I don't give a shit about. If they start giving us any backstory about this guy, I'm going to have my concerns about him.
Oh, my dad didn't hug me either.
Well, the other thing is, like...
oh, no.
What do they say? There were two things. It was Saru knows 40 languages.
Oh, and he has like more perception or something.
His
he has heightened senses. And I'm like, you know what else has 1,000 languages and heightened senses?
Zora.
The sensors and the universal translator.
The ship. Literally the ship.
You've described Saru the same way you would describe a tricorder. Maybe you don't need him.
We were talking about Hooray, the
yes.
linguist expert. So he claims.
Linguist sexpert.
Doing his crossword puzzle.
Why?
His future crossword puzzle.
Wait, so why do you think crossword puzzles won't exist in the future?
Because it's 900 years in the future.
So?
Well, what's funny... Well, they do actually specify that it is a forgotten puzzle form that...
Wank.
Why wasn't it printed on clear
Here's
green
what I want
plastic?
to know. But to me, it feels... I was thinking that, like, would crossword puzzles vanish after...
I feel like they would evolve into something else.
I think it would be... Yeah.
I did...
He'd be playing Wordle.
It would be a 3D
I would
crossword.
say, at first I thought it was, then I realized it was just 2D and in the air. It should have been a 3D crossword.
It should have been...
That would be kind of
Oh my god, yeah.
With each dimension
and
being a different language.
Christ, that would be impossible.
That would
Holy ass,
and that would
Jay.
track with his character.
Oh yeah.
She's like, oh well, see this one's English, this one's Andorian, this one that does these crazy spirals.
You might
is
have
green.
to do languages that use the same alphabet though, so it might have to be like English.
Oh no, but see that's
Spanish and German. I don't know.
or that, but you could really be like, no, you see, these where they mix, it's even though it's different alphabets, it's the same phonetic sound. So you gotta
even better.
Yeah, instead of an alphabet, he was using phonetic sounds. That would work. Interesting.
Cross phono puzzle.
Yeah, I think he says Kovic told him about them.
Fucking no,
Kovic,
Chris,
that
no.
little shit.
Fucking hell. See, when I saw it, my first thought was, it's the future, but this is here, so the audience will say it, and we'll recognize it. And when they say, it's a rarely used, archaic fucking puzzle, okay, yeah, that's just
Why even have this guy? Why
fodder.
not just have Kovic at this point?
Because he's not a linguist and Harai's a better actor.
Yeah, but they could... Yeah, that's true.
Cronenberg wasn't available and was not interested.
He already said it last week. He is off on a vital mission, flush from off camera.
Yeah.
Stealing that from whoever said it last week.
Hope it made the quotey. We'll find out.
The quotey is just flush from off camera.
Chris.
It wasn't my joke though last week. It was someone else's. I can't remember whose though.
My joke, I think.
That tracks.
I will say though, speaking of characters, I found Tarka
Not in this show.
snarky in a way I found endearing this week. Instead of wanting to smash his face into the nearest bulkhead
Tarka?
until he bled.
Tarka?
Yeah.
I found everything about the Tarka book subplot infuriating. I hate it.
Expand upon that,
It's
Jake.
my least favorite thing from this episode.
Oh,
I'll tell you why I didn't like it. Makes zero sense. The whole setup is just, we need to attach Book's ship to Discovery covertly because
like an Empire Strikes Back.
Like an Empire Strikes Back. But here's the thing. Okay, here's why I hate it. Okay, I'm going to even rewind before the episode because last week, you will recall...
Will I? I've forgotten
the
all
book
of it.
Tarka subplot, which I enjoyed, was them going on a little...
Oh, they were looking for the
fetch quest.
Yeah, the antimatter something or other.
They
right.
They wanted the programmable antimatter.
Right.
I had to take a minute to remember what it was because I was too busy just remembering the annoying bridge dialogue.
Because that was how you cross the galactic barrier.
Mm-hmm.
This week, they've crossed the galactic barrier. You know what we missed? Crossing the galactic barrier. Because if you remember when Discovery crossed the galactic barrier, it almost destroyed the ship. It was a big fucking pain in the ass.
Well, they didn't have the programmable antimatter.
They did. They the dots spray painted on, you know, like the fucking Rain-X. So why wasn't this plot before they... if they were going to do this, Book needs to covertly attach the ship to Discovery. It should have been...
Before they went through the barrier?
Right. We have no way of getting through the barrier. Even with the programmable antimatter, my ship just can't take the wind shear or whatever. The subspace shear.
Ooh,
maybe because it's smaller, the subspace shear is less of an issue?
Not terrible.
It does that turning into lots of pieces thing. Maybe that
what they should have done is said... Book's like, listen, the programmable antimatter will protect us from the effects of the radiation and the ESP causing eye foil, but the ship itself can't take it. So we're going to still have to paint the ship and this stuff, but then we have to, barnacle ourselves to the Discovery to make it through, or something like that. And that would have made more sense, because as I'm sitting here, I'm like, why the fuck are they attaching to the Discovery? This makes no fucking sense. So anyway, they have to attach themselves to the Discovery. Yes. But then it's like, okay, well then what? All right, well we need to do a little heisty little do on the Discovery so that Zora, who's been totally fucking nerfed, this all-seeing, all-powerful, super intelligent
that's a good
AI
point.
who knows everything, and every time fucking Saru jerks off to a picture of Trina, Zora's like, here you go again.
And Book meets with Ndoye in the middle of a hallway.
Yeah, so even if Zora can't detect Book's ship, she sure as shit is going to see them wandering around.
Do the life sign maskers also fuck with the cameras?
I feel like Tarka has been doing a lot of infiltrating... And because he does, and this is stupid. Chris is gonna love this. When Reno is in engineering, and they get the calls like, the replicators are on the fritz. There's been steamed bananas appearing everywhere, and that's why we have to. Every engineer in this room has to leave the room. Mm-hmm. It's a Lower Decks reference. To the premiere episode where there was something with steamed bananas.
I thought it was a Beverly Hills Cop reference where Axel Foley stuffs bananas into the tailpipes of the cops that are following him.
That's a very deep cut.
And
that's not what they would do.
And then when they turn on the car, because the tailpipe is stuffed, the car stalls and won't run.
Is that a thing? Because I've heard that from other things. You can stuff... if you stuff a tailpipe, it'll fuck up a car. Is that real?
I don't know, but I'm guessing the pressure of the gases would force whatever was in there out.
Unless you've really got it in there. I bet it's one of those things that maybe on really old cars worked, but maybe. I don't know. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
The point is, Tarka was making the replicators create bananas upon bananas.
And having little goofy laughs
having a goofy laugh, which means he may have gotten into the computers to wipe records of him existing in there or something.
So he's now abusing Zora. That seems like an assault, considering Zora is a human being.
I think you could easily separate the operational parts of Zora from the personality parts.
But either way, it defies. It's a total nerf. No one's going to convince me that this should be possible with how much they've built up Zora's omniscience. They just can't hand wave that away.
Well, you know what it is. You know how she is. She's anxious too. She got really focused on the replicator problem as well.
There you go.
Can't be everywhere at once, even when you are literally the ship.
She really likes bananas.
Steamed bananas sounds gross.
I didn't understand. Okay, Book and what's her name?
Ndoye.
Ndoye. Book and Ndoye kind of meet up, and like they're kind of interesting together because it's like, okay,
I do want her hat.
She's got a funky hat, but Ndoye is like kind of hawkish on this whole let's blow up the DMA and thing. Like maybe they should have like got them two together earlier and set up that they have some. There's like they're connecting over this.
Yeah, because they were both at that.
They were both at the thing where everybody got a vote for no reason,
including the butterfly people.
No, the butterfly people make sense, but the fact that Book and Tarka and Michael all got votes when they're just people that were there anyway. They weren't delegates.
Janitorial staff.
Well, see, Book was there to represent what's left of Quajon. A lot of dust and him.
Mm-hmm.
There may be 3 other guys. We don't know.
But Quajon wasn't in the Federation. They were under.
Well, neither were. Remember, this was just they invited everybody.
Oh, that's true.
Because the moth people, butterfly people rather, aren't in the Federation yet.
They joined up.
I thought they joined up too.
No, I also thought they joined up.
They like because they show
They're at the end, right, of the season.
At the end of last season, I thought we saw them on in the Starfleet headquarters, and it was like, hey.
No, the start of this season was meeting them, and they were kind of pissed at them. But then they were like, maybe you are okay.
I remember we saw them in the headquarters. It must have been confusing. Anywho,
yes.
But yeah, I think it would have been better if that had been set up earlier, that they kind of knew each other and that Book felt like he could trust her. Because here's the thing, she could very well have easily been, alarm! Like from
Indiana
Jones. But she didn't. So anyway, that was a lot of trust on his part because that would have really fucked up their plans.
My one thing is that what was with the lighting in that scene?
I don't know.
Like it was like trying to be spooky, and it's
maybe that's how Book was able to meet in the middle of a public fucking corridor without Zora seeing him.
But that's just so weird. Like I get the idea that maybe
Zora doesn't see well in the dark.
It would make sense as an energy reserve thing that if like you've got a hallway that's empty, you either dim or switch off the lights until someone walks in. Like we have that tech now.
I mean, oh man, I've been in like parking garages where they really overdo it because you'd think that like you'd be walking and it's like the light above your head turns on and then the second you're in the range of the next light, the light behind you turns off.
That was designed by a murderer.
Yeah, that's really disturbing.
Yeah, but no, like it would make sense. Like again, if no one's there, sure, maybe the lights are dim. But then once people are in there, why are the lights flickering and pulsing like Jason is about to show up?
House,
and like Jake's murder garage.
That's Tarka having more fun with bananas and lights.
Oh, Tarka, you dick.
Maybe that was just a raves. Maybe that was where they had their most recent rave.
They do like to have raves on the Discovery.
And then I think the last thing that really irritated me was this whole kidnapping of Tignataro.
I just want to know how it happened. I feel like she could take him easy.
Just like crossing the galactic barrier, we're just going to do that off screen. So suddenly, like, she discovers Tarka in the, under a desk, jerking off, and cut to she's been captured and is now Tarka's prisoner. What? That makes no sense.
No.
I can only assume he had a phaser on stun.
Okay, well if he phased her on stun,
phaser too.
Then like here's the other thing. Either way, you've been rattled, Tarka. Like, maybe that's his thought. Maybe he's like, well, at least I've been rattled, but at least I'll have a hostage. And obviously, and I'm assuming...
Are you thinking he should have killed her?
No, I'm thinking he should have... I don't know what he should have done. But either way, it feels like this whole thing was really just a setup to put a rift between... Well, 2 things. Put a rift between him and Book, because Book's not going to go for this whole kidnapping hostage thing. Also, now you've got a audience surrogate on Book's ship that can be the angel on his shoulder opposite Tarka.
Have they met?
Book and Reno?
Yeah.
Presumably.
They've been on the ship together for a while.
Like, I know,
Reno has been here the whole time. We just rarely see her.
That's the thing. I know in world they have met, but I'm actually genuinely wondering if they've ever had a scene together up until this point. Like,
no.
In world, yes, they've met, but in the show, like, have they ever been in like engineering at the same time or
Has
something?
Book ever been in engineering?
Once or twice.
He piloted the spore drive.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Yeah, he's been there a couple times, but yeah, these might be the first scenes they have together. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Anyway, I was not a fan of the B plot, to say the least. I just think that it was all contrived and it felt out of place in this otherwise pretty okay episode.
Aside from Tarka somehow taking Reno hostage off screen, it didn't bother me. Like,
well, you see, that's the thing. Reno's, well, you say Reno probably had a phaser on stun too, but her first weapon that she always goes to is wit. And you can't stun a guy with wit.
No, that's true. Well, not literally. But...
what is it that Garrick says? I
got off some
cutting remarks from which they won't
ever recover. Or something.
ever soon recover.
You know, you don't even have stunner. You're just like, I got chips back on book ship. Not replicated ones, so they're better.
Nice. I just found it in my notes, so I'm going back. And I'm sorry, I have to go back and check in the crossword puzzle scene some more. But I found this in my. I found this like screaming at me in my notes. Is that they also make it relevant to the scene, which I find tired because like it's I've lost his name. Hirai, that guy, our linguist friend. Trying to think of a word that'll fit the crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
Oh, what could it be? What could it be? And Relax solves it and turns it around, and the answer was what? Obligation. And it's like, I don't like.
I was
gonna
guess
so on the nose and it's stupid.
Relax is also grating on me now. She's very smug all the time, and her whole both you and Saru are beaming down.
Oh, the president.
Shut the fuck up! Did we just have this fucking conversation last week? You stay in your lane, President. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, I know we talk frequently about they've overdone the chess metaphor. You don't need to introduce the crossword puzzle metaphor now.
I know, especially when it, like, answers the theme of your scene. What the fuck? What is the likelihood of the answer to the particular word you're solving being the theme to the scene?
Kovich wrote the crossword puzzle.
Heckin' sigh.
Oh, that fucking linguist should get fired for not getting that word.
Well, I was thinking it might. So, like, I thought it might have been assignment because it was like something with 10 letters and the fifth word is G, and I was like, I wonder if it's assignment, and then it wasn't.
Assignment Earth.
But
terrible episode.
Mine could have fit as well. I'm just saying.
Wait.
It'd be great if instead of a crossword, it was just a word search.
Yeah, they're also treating, like, them going down to the planet is the most dramatic thing. Like, how can you be going down to the planet and wasting our time? And I'm just thinking, you could be doing multiple things at once.
Yeah, you're a fucking starship. They're taking one shuttle.
Are they not evacuating Earth and Navarre and Titan at the same time? Or are they waiting to see if this fails or not?
No, they are, because there's a scene where Trina and Ndoye are discussing it, and she's like...
Has it started already, or...
Yeah, because Ndoye is saying, like, what it comes down to is, like, they can start, but there's no way they'll get everyone out in time.
You're saying they can start like they haven't started yet.
No, sorry, they have started, but the point is...
I didn't find it clear if they'd started yet.
But we don't have any communication with Earth or Navarre at this point.
That's
because we're on the wrong side of the barrier.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
So I think the assumption is that, like, the people on Earth and Navarre, they know what to do, but there's not enough notice.
Yeah, like they're not going to get everyone off.
But honestly, I really don't think there's enough tension and...
Is there?
No. There's enough tension in the DMA plot without having it be also a ticking clock. You know, like, I don't think we needed Earth and Navarre to be in immediate peril. I think we could have just left that out.
But now we have a time constraint, and it's going to be so exciting in the finale.
And the time constraint is what makes this kind of annoying, because it really does make zero sense that, you know, Michael and Saru and Wilson Cruz and Detmer go down to the planet while everybody on the ship is just sitting with their thumbs up their ass. Like, why can't, like...
Because we don't know because we never met the vice president that Relac left in charge.
Well, no, I'm just saying, why doesn't the rest of Discovery just fuck off and... Like, why can't we pursue both leads at once? Because
we only have one ship.
But we don't need to... We have one ship. And we're not using it on the planet. The planet people are on the shuttle. Let the planet people do the shuttle thing and take the ship and do the other thing.
Well...
Then they have to go back through the barrier, though.
They don't have to go back through the barrier.
What?
And Ndoye wasn't proposing that they go back through the barrier. It wasn't the idea that they were going to find some other
Oh, I don't know.
So,
what the
I mean,
plan
the issue
was.
there is, like, you don't... The whole point is they're trying to gather data that they can bring with them when they go to this null space thing.
the mega
So there's
sphere,
really
or
no
whatever they were
point
calling
in
it.
going there to... And you don't leave behind an away team like that. Like, there's a reason they
Why
can't
didn't
send them
somebody
off.
go and check out the Dyson rings that were right there? Why are we just orbiting a
big
planet
problem.
when there's
That
a
is
fucking
fair.
ticking time clock? Why aren't we pursuing all of our options at once? Then we come together. Like, you could have had a separate B plot where the ship goes to check out the Dyson rings, and then we can combine our notes, and then we'll be all set. And then the
Then we
linguist...
each have a pile of dust, and we all know what they all mean.
Yeah.
Just imagining.
It's like all right. Now we've collected all the different types of dust, so we're each gonna try some, and like, okay, this is fear. Okay, I get.
Oh
that.
yeah, that drove me nuts because it's like, how often do we say like, don't huff shit on planets? Guy from Naked Time, son of bitch.
Is there air? You don't know.
Exactly. And by the end, they're like, okay, if Detmer's the one that hasn't huffed some dust, the rest of us are going to be here huffing dust, and Detmer will save us if something goes wrong.
Detmer's the control.
And then they all figure out, okay, Michael's going to test the love dust. Because I do appreciate that when they figured out it was dust, they found a way for the evac suits to start filtering it out. That was smart. Kudos to them. Michael decides on her own, like, okay, I'm the one who's going to huff the love dust.
This really just sounds like a drugs thing at this point.
kind of is.
All right, you huff the love dust. You
Because,
huff the
just-
fear dust.
yeah,
you
just
huff the
in case.
cocaine.
Yeah, just in case
David Bowie.
poison or something, which none of them check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, take this dust. Oh, it's love dust. It makes me feel safe and happy like a baby in a crib. Everyone huff dust, and they all huff dust. And I'm like, no,
It's like,
one of you needs to be sane.
I found the asbestos.
If you or one of your loved ones
What
has
kind
been
of
affected by
fireproofing did they
mesothelioma.
use on this planet?
And then we get the moment with like, oh, Culber, you're still sad about being a mushroom creature. I'm confused. We're still in, not developing Culber, but just reminding us that he had this thing once, which great. Detmer gets her moment of, oh, I don't understand love. Saru gets his, I didn't experience fear for the longest time. It's so bizarre.
I didn't realize, like, I'd assumed his fear responses just became, like, muted and reasonable. I didn't realize he couldn't feel fear anymore. That seems bad.
Yeah, you need to have some fear. I mean, like a healthy amount.
Yeah, don't touch stoves or something.
I
What
now
would have
just-
happened if they brought a Vulcan to this planet?
Oh, they would have freaked.
Trillium D type
Yeah.
zombification. I'm just picturing Saru, though, once his fear is gone, going through like a 90s extreme sports phase in the holodeck.
Oh, did anybody else think now that... Sorry, this is different than the dust, but... so they find big bones
They did.
on the planet. And they also tell us that this planet used to have a very thick atmosphere.
Yeah, they were like,
Oh, it was a gas
people.
giant, and this is what's left of it after it all got vaporized or something.
Yeah, so, but we're told that the aliens they think would...
They assume out of...
They were buoyant
Piles.
in the atmosphere, so they would kind of float around.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Is anyone else thinking what I'm thinking? Whale probe.
I
said-
wasn't thinking whale probe.
I said whale probe weeks ago.
I know, but now I think this all but confirms whale probe. Big bones floating around in ocean of gas.
See, my thought, admittedly, was like, I feel like buoyant creatures wouldn't have bones. Like, I'd expect them to be more
Whales
like
have
the...
bones?
Well,
But
I'm
also,
thinking of, like...
we're buoyant. We have bones.
Well, but I mean, true. But I'm thinking, like, floating in a gas giant. I'd picture something more like the jellyfish from Encounter at Farpoint than a creature with a skeleton.
also-
They had bones.
They did?
They lived inside them.
Well, I thought this was because the jellyfish creatures were kind of, like, making shit for them.
Oh, I don't know. Because, they created... They were able to go inside and walk around in the jellyfish.
Yeah.
But that was when it was in its like solid form. That was before it was a jellyfish.
Oh, yeah, that's confusing.
They turned into jellyfish.
The jellyfish, the impression I was under was that the jellyfish was effectively a massive biological replicator. Because it could, like, make the
But when they
cloth
go
for Beverly
into the
and
tunnels underneath Farpoint Station, that is like the skeleton of.
Oh, it is?
The alien.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a
But
hot
then,
minute,
but
so.
then it takes off, and then it transforms
turns
into a
back into
jellyfish.
a jelly.
Which I'm wondering, did it
It can
still
go
have?
back
Were
and-
those tunnels still there at that point? I
We'd
don't
have
know.
to go
were they-
inside to find out.
We call them tunnel strangers. Actually, they're intestines.
That's right. It stinks
Ooh.
That
in
they
there.
poop with.
That's no moon.
Anywho.
One of them was disguised as a ship, and we went inside that one too.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right. That's right.
I'm trying to think because I know that on planet they went inside one and walked around, and in the space in the atmosphere they went inside.
That's
one and
right.
walked around.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. Again,
But anyway,
it's
my
been a
point
while.
is...
Your point
I
is
think
one
if
of these skeletons.
I think if they're like giant whale monsters,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
giant alien whale monsters... But then why would they be communicating with Earth whales using sound when they use this?
Emotions.
When they use emotions.
Happy, happy whales.
But it's hard to smell pheromones underwater. Maybe that's why.
Is
Weird.
it? I doubt it. I don't. You really think so? Because
I don't know.
don't they say that sharks can like scent blood from
That's
like
true.
100,000
That's
miles away or
true.
some
That's
shit?
a good point.
I mean, I'm not saying that. I mean, I have no
Whales
idea.
also have giant noses on top of their heads.
Do
True.
they?
Good
Yeah,
how they
that's what
breathe.
that's what their
the
blowholes
blowhole
are.
is a
Good
nose.
for smelling.
Effectively.
Really? They
Yeah.
can smell from that?
Yeah, that's.
I
What,
mean, it
when
makes
when
sense,
when
but,
a
like-
whale blows, it's just shooting it out its nose. It's just doing. It's like doing this.
A lot of snot
It's
in there.
snot rocket.
Up your nose with a rubber hose.
Was
Anyway.
anyone
Who knew?
else curious why they jumped to the conclusion so quickly that this planet is the old stomping grounds of
Because it was
Tennessee?
near the Dyson rings, which they didn't go and check out.
Well, why are we assuming the Dyson rings are 10Cs?
Because
there was
because
some- there was some
Zora
sort of-
told us this is where 10C lives.
Well, no, I
Why
think
why do we not think that these people whose dust we huffed
we're
are peop-
past victims
are
of
past,
10C.
yeah, are people 10C wiped out?
Yeah.
I think they said the Dyson rings were like the same material as the DMA controller, so they're kind of assuming based on that.
Still, it could have been that they colonized.
It's just like
Yeah, well, it is
Another
quite
species area.
tenuous. You know, I mean, multiple nations on this planet independently developed steel. You know, like they have steel. They must be Romans. When you're in India, you know, it's like
why the planet and not the Dyson rings?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
the
confusing
thing
to
is, the
me.
Dyson rings,
So it would cost
they're
more.
technology. If they're made out of the same thing as the DMA, they're technology. If anything is going to tell us how these people live, it's going to be there. This planet also got good information on it, obviously, but I'm like, if I'm Burnham and someone's like, okay, there's two things that are equidistant from us. We can only check out one of them for reasons.
We have only one shuttle pod.
We have only one shuttle for some reason. Do you want to go to the ruined gas giant planet that might have fuck all on it, or do you want to go to the obvious technology that was built by these people?
I don't know. It's a pretty tough choice.
It's like the meme with the astronaut and the two buttons.
Yeah, he's sweating. Which one?
Anyway, yeah. I mean, I didn't mind this episode terribly, but the Book Tarka stuff kind of
The
irritated me.
Adira stuff was infuriating.
Oh
The
my
Adira
God.
stuff
That
was
was-
terrible.
yeah, that wasn't
plus
well done at
it's
all.
It just makes it feel like they're super fickle because like they were doing this with Tilly before Tilly left the show.
Well, I
and
said
they were like, well,
they latched onto a new ginger.
yeah, truth. But I just mean like, yeah, fair enough.
Just let's please just let Adira go and do something else. Let Adira go be with Gray. There's no reason for Adira to
Yeah,
be
they
here.
gave up on the Gray character real fucking fast.
The other thing I fucking hate
Give
now,
up on this one too.
Like,
We gave him a body and he's gone.
as far as I know, and the writers have apparently given up on this, but as far as I know, Adira still has the tall symbiont, right? Adira
Yeah.
is still like, why hasn't that factored in
Well,
to any part of
Yeah.
Adira's character?
There should be
since-
moments where, like, maybe they
Oh.
have information that's relevant for
Yeah.
something.
Like,
No,
other.
it's fine. We
My
saw
pa-
her play cello one
this
time.
past
Sorry,
host
them.
was a linguist. I don't know. Something interesting, something to give this character something
Any
to do
fucking thing to
other
do.
than to be Tilly
Smitten with
2.0 in like the bad parts of Tilly 2.0.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and she's even, it's like, sorry, I keep fucking doing that. They're even worse than Tilly, because it's like, they were like, okay, what do we know about non-binary people? They're awkward. I don't think you can say that. No, it's fine. They're awkward. Okay, but what the fuck? Like, I just feel like someone... I don't know. I just feel like someone is just really doing the genderqueer community really dirty with this character.
It goes back to what we were talking about the tokenism on this show.
Oh, big time.
And how they were like, oh,
let's make them neurodivergent too.
Non-binary people are like, are the thing right now. It's 2020 or whatever year this was. Like everyone's talking about pronouns, and we have to be the woke show, so we're gonna put
woke show.
Well, but like, I'm not criticizing them for having a non-binary character. I'm criticizing them for having a non-binary character that's only non-binary, so that they can tick the box that says we have a non-binary character.
And because they're not, bullshit. As we've discovered, they're not interested in making characters.
Exactly.
No, they're interested in making boxes, like you said,
exactly.
ticking the box.
They're like, we got a non-binary character.
Did it?
They have no other
listeners probably
traits.
hearing this think I sound like fucking Hitler over here.
Oh yeah, same.
But
I'm sure.
This is the definition of virtue signaling.
But the thing, I agree, and I really agree because this whole series is very guilty of that. It's like, oh, everybody's gay. They're gay. Oh, this computer has sentience. It's like everything. It's all. But like at the same time. Just like Uhura, like having nothing really meaningful to do on the original series was still important. I think it is still important because it like makes it easier for people to do it.
Yeah. Our expectations of modern shows though is to give us more.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. No. I'm not saying that they're like, well, they're delivering exactly what we deserve. Like
it's TOS again.
But like at the same time, it's like someone has to take the first step to make it easier down the path, and like. If that's what this is, just like those like awkward first stumbling steps, then so be it. But I definitely would have loved for them to have done better.
But it's like the whole patting yourself on the back thing. It's okay and Star Trek has frequently been guilty of this. I'm not giving a pass to the older series here. The first interracial kiss, right?
It was icky.
We did it. We did it, everybody. Ground broken.
But it was so gross.
Yeah, they were both
because they were like forced to do it. It's like, oh, we got the first kiss. We got the first, biracial kiss. Yeah, but they were forced to do it. Doesn't that almost make it like 3 steps back instead of 1 step forward? Oh, well, we wanted a black woman and a white man to kiss, but we could only do it if they were under alien control because otherwise that would never happen, guys. Don't worry about it. Like, I don't know. It's just
there's just I feel like. Star Trek has this as a franchise. Star Trek has a obsession with being perceived as groundbreaking and envelope pushing when they very frequently aren't. And it's because of the interracial kiss. It's because they got so much, cred for being forward thinking, and also just we're going to have a black woman on the bridge. We're going to have. An Asian character and a Rusky and all this stuff. And, like, okay, great. You did some interesting stuff in the 1960s, and you've been riding those coattails for 60 years.
Right. They're kind of, what is it called? Sitting on their laurels?
They really are, because it is not groundbreaking to have a gay couple on a TV show in whenever the show came, 2017?
2020. Oh, when it first aired?
16.
Yeah.
16. So Culber, no, it was 17. We started in 2016.
Right.
Culber and Stamets, it's like, wow, guys, you had a gay couple in 2017. Congratulations. You came 30 years too late. Ellen DeGeneres, Will and Grace, we've been doing this for years now. You're not fucking breaking the internet with this shit.
Will and Grace was definitely early stumbling from what I've heard of that show.
It totally was. Like TV has gotten past having a gay couple, and good on you. I'm glad Star Trek finally did it.
Well, now that what's his name is gone.
Yeah, right.
Berman. Because I know he was the one that held it up in the past.
Oh, but Dax and her ex-wife kissed that time. Oh. Yeah. No points. You get nothing. Good day,
sir.
Anyway, but yeah, and I feel like they're kind of doing the same thing with Adira. I mean.
Yeah, at the very least, Stamets and Culber are more characters.
Yeah.
where I think Adira is kind of losing their characteriness. What the fuck word am I looking for? Personalities.
That's the word.
Yeah.
I like characteriness, though.
Characteriness.
Like, I just wish we could have these characters, like Stamets and Culber. I think it's great, and I don't think that they were like virtue signaling with those characters because they were just characters.
Yeah, they were definitely treated as very matter of fact.
They just happened to be a couple, and that was fine. But with Adira, I do feel patronized because they're not giving Adira anything to do other than be the awkward person on the ship.
Yeah.
Well, right, and they had a real like a straight up trans person, and as soon as they got them into a corporeal body, they were like, "All right, goodbye."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's just
it definitely feels fucky.
Yeah.
It's fucky.
And I hate to shit on a character because I'm sure there are people that watch the show and are like, "I'm so glad to see myself represented on the show."
Yeah.
Yeah, like they were with Uhura.
Like they were with Uhura, and I don't want to like understate the importance of that. I just really wish they'd write better stuff for this character to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think they definitely lose points for what they again, because of the way they're written and utilized. It does just kind of feel like they did it to tick a box, not because they actually gave a fuck.
Yeah.
I have 2 points I want to make.
Yeah.
all right.
The last little scene of the show left me with a bad taste in my mouth because it was literally just Stamets whacking off Burnham after they found this dust scenario.
Kind of
And
forgot about
Stamets
that.
is like, "Burnham, you finally figured it out. I'm left with so much hope. We're gonna really do it now."
Like, the thing is, I have what I haven't had in ages. Oh,
Like,
What
I
the
know
fuck that scene?
what
it
the fuck,
feels like
Stamets?
it feels like that's left over from an earlier version of this season where maybe he was mad at Michael for the end of season 3 and they forgot to get rid of it even though they had clear like
No, I don't necessarily think that was because he was mad at her. I think it was just because
but
he
remember
had.
like at the end of season 3 they seem to be setting it up like they were gonna have tension because she shot him into space.
Yeah.
Well,
And then it was like a 2-second line in the first episode.
Yeah. Hey,
It feels like that scene was based on maybe a different version where he'd been mad at her all season that they dropped, but then like didn't drop the end point still.
huh.
Yeah.
Like it felt like a reconciliation scene when there hadn't been any tension.
Yeah. And like,
It doesn't make sense.
yeah, I didn't love that scene.
Michael,
I
you're
didn't-
the best.
I didn't love just that, like, Stamets, who is a mycologist, don't forget.
I forgot.
That is his scientific...
I forgot.
That is his...
Big Johnny Mushroom.
Yeah.
Now he's just general engineer.
Now he's
guy.
just general engineer, super scientist man, which, okay, great. But I don't know, I just wish they would establish more of this stuff early on. You know, and as much as, like, okay, they've introduced a number of new characters since season 3, obviously. You know, recently Tarka, I guess. I think he's going to be a one-off. I don't think he comes back next year. He might even get killed off. I think Rillick comes back. I don't know.
We'll see.
But
see
most of the characters
I
that they've
genuinely don't
introduced, Admiral Dad, I guess, is okay.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Um,
Tarina we like.
Tarina we like.
I
that's
like
true.
her.
I think probably the best season 3 character that we can all agree is really good is Book.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And David
Book,
Ajala.
like
nails it.
Book
I like
is
him.
Book is great.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I'm sure he still has back pain from carrying this season.
Oh yeah, no shit. So
That's good.
So,
you get a high five.
so
for that. I
we,
love
all agree, we
that.
all agree that Book is good.
Yeah.
How about some other good books?
Ah.
Oh, I had one more thing.
Oh, God damn it.
Damn
God, fuck. I said at the top, I have
She
2
did,
things.
yeah.
Oh,
Here's the thing. What we need to start doing is
you need to signal
We
me
need-
when it's time.
Yeah,
to
I
do
was
the
gonna
segue.
segue
we
alarm.
need
'Cause
something.
I've been doing that good book segue in my head all episode.
You have clearly.
That was
It
really
was good.
good,
Save
Jake.
it. Say it again after I've said this because
Keeping all this.
the last thing I wanted to bring up about this episode is this is where season 2 of Picard actually overlaps with Discovery for several weeks. So
Oh,
what
God.
a strange time.
No wonder I probably remember this season more fondly because it was going up against
yeah,
the
some-
worst one of the worst seasons of Star Trek ever.
See, it's wild because I have forgotten everything about season 4 of Discovery. Like this whole episode, it was like I was watching it anew.
I remembered the gist.
I remember next week. Next week's a good week.
Yeah, I remember the gist. I remembered thinking it was probably fine. I will say this is definitely for me on the rewatch the weakest season so far.
Interesting.
for me.
I don't know.
Weakest is a good word because I don't know if I'd say the worst because season 2 made me actively angry.
I really hate season 2.
But yeah,
That's what I was just thinking.
But this
also.
season is so boring and sloggy.
Yeah, it's so slow. But again, compared to season 2 of Picard, it's, fucking award worthy.
Yeah, it's why during, I'm sure, especially during this little overlappy area where we're watching Discovery, which I already am not a big fan of, sorry. Picard, which starts off good and then gets so fucking drag.
Was season 2 ever good?
Season 1, the first episode, I remember giving me so much hope. And, the second episode being like, okay, maybe they're going somewhere with this, and then they just fucking plummet.
Yeah, spoilers, audience. I don't like season 2 of Picard very much.
We've said this so many times. It's not a
spoiler. Oh, I know.
It's my favorite season.
But this is also, I'm pretty sure, and I could check.
It is definitely in my top 3 seasons.
Which one's, season 2 of... I think I actually like season 2 the best of the Picard seasons.
Oh my god,
we'll get to it.
I mean, I think they're all bad.
Oh, they're all bad in their own special way.
Yeah, but this is also, there comes a point where Jake and I just started watching For All Mankind instead, and it was so much better.
Yeah, it's so funny because we really, and we still are to an extent, I think, in a golden era of science fiction television, because we got great, Apple TV is fucking killing it with their Severance, Pluribus.
Oh yeah, Pluribus I love.
Foundation, For All Mankind.
Pluribus is super good. I was just telling Chris that he needs to check
that shit out. Fucking great. And
it's
so you have all these shows, then we have, we got Fallout on Amazon. There's just so much great science fiction television that's happening right now. And even when this was airing, which is a few years ago at this point, there was a lot of great shows. And then you just come to Star Trek and it's like, I don't know, it's like...
We had Prodigy at this point.
We did have Prodigy. But I don't know, when your flagship show... I mean, I don't know if you...
I think we only had the first 10 episodes of Prodigy at this point.
It was still a good period.
Yeah. Except for that one episode.
Better compared... But yeah, when the sci-fi series that's sort of like the granddaddy of them all, sci-fi on television would be nothing without Star Trek. It would be Lost in Space and...
Well, it was one of the first shows that, tried to treat it...
like an adult subject.
Yeah, because up until that point, science fiction, at least television and film, was treated as... for children. The literature was for adults.
So and then
is that our segue?
And then
it wasn't intended to be, but
we're getting towards I want to hear Jake's point.
No, my point was just going to be that Star Trek really laid the groundwork for having adult but also family accessible science fiction on television in the 60s, and it did it again in the 80s with TNG, and that allowed things like
throughout the 90s.
Yeah, all those 90s shows, Stargate, all these things, they wouldn't exist. Babylon 5, none of that shit would have existed.
Battlestar Galactica.
But now it feels like Star Trek, in this era of Star Trek, it really feels like we've given up and we're just playing catch up. And we're just trying to be, we're either trying to relive old glories, Picard, or we're just trying to, we're trying to be groundbreaking, but we don't have the balls to really do it, so we're going to put out this milquetoast bullshit.
I think so much of it is they don't know who the fans of science fiction are anymore. They're trying to, especially with Discovery, because I know they're trying to get new fans, but you kind of can't with this show because it's so reliant on knowledge of the other shows, on the preceding shows.
That's why I'm really interested to see what they end up doing with the now announced Stargate series that supposedly they're going to do, because that's another one where it's like a legacy sequel series. Is it going to be something that's accessible and exciting? And
I'm always leery of legacy sequels.
Yeah.
Have there been any good ones? I'm actually excited for the Malcolm in the Middle reboot. That could be.
Is that a reboot or just
it's a miniseries?
But is it like a reboot implies it's like a new family?
Oh yeah, no,
not a reboot. Continuation.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone except Dewey is back.
I think Dewey is back. I've seen pictures of him.
They've recast him.
That's not Everett Per Sullivan?
No, he doesn't act anymore. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, they make an exception.
They got a look-alike.
They found a good look-alike. I could see him growing up into this guy.
No, they did good then. Yeah, as far as I understand, I feel like when I first read about it, they said he wasn't involved.
I think they missed a fucking opportunity. They shouldn't have recast it, and they should have just made
Where's Dewey?
Where's Dewey? The whole plot of...
that would work.
Or they just kill him off screen.
Oh, that's not nice.
That's why the family's getting together.
That's depressing.
Yeah, that's not the tone.
But by the time this goes live, will Starfleet Academy have started?
Let me double check.
That's
open.
coming. That'll be
Talk
interesting.
about the epitome of a
That
cynical
is
sequel.
going to start. Yes, because that's. Oh, I think so.
I
Today
am.
is 1:15.
I am really hoping for a Prodigy level surprise. Like I'm keeping an open mind. Like
in fact, the first episode is airing right now.
Oh shit!
Thursday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is the day that the new Academy series is premiering.
Oh, I really want it to be good.
I do too.
I'm trying to go in.
I'm going as open
with a
minded.
clean slate.
Yeah, I'm going in as open minded as I can. Like I said, Prodigy surprised me. You know, even though like I went into it less like when they first announced it, I was like, what the fuck is this gonna be? Then they revealed the characters and Janeway, and I was like a little more hopeful, but still like, yeah, but it's Nickelodeon. Are they gonna fuck it up? So I'm going into this one.
But then you saw the ship, and you're like, that's a beauty ship.
I mean, look, I can like a ship, and I still think the NX-1 is a nice ship, but Enterprise sucks. But so you know, I'm going in as open-minded as possible because again, I've been surprised before, and I'm happy to be surprised again.
You know, also a great surprise. Books.
There we go. Seamless.
Wow, I'm so sorry your segue didn't.
That was
work
a good
out, Jay.
That's
segue.
okay. That's okay. They can't always be good.
So this one,
But it was good.
it was good. It just we had
We just had other
We had
plans.
other plans, yeah.
this one was tricky.
I like
'cause
their little conversation.
We just needed to drag this episode out.
Yeah, we're on our way. We have to look at all these Dyson rings first, and
Anyway.
Yeah, so I was saying this name's off air last week, but like, this is actually pretty tricky for me because most of the science fiction reading I did as a kid was just Star Trek and Star Wars novels. And also, like, a fuck ton. I did, like, borrow so many short story collections from the library and stuff, so I've read a lot of the, like, classic short stories. Couldn't tell you who wrote which one, what the titles were, what they meant anymore. So this one was actually tricky for me.
I'm completely functionally illiterate, so...
So,
you
yeah.
can listen to audiobooks. Jake doesn't listen to audiobooks.
I don't have
We did listen to A Stitch in Time on audiobook.
Ain't no one have time for
Oh,
that.
Stitch in Time.
Stitch in Time is so good.
I was
Time
getting
saves
into
time.
audiobooks in a big way right before the
Wait, A Stitch in
pandemic.
Time? Oh, Andrew, I'm sorry. I was thinking of A Wrinkle in Time, but A Stitch in
Oh.
Time is also great, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And I really wish I could have said A Stitch in Time. Sorry, Chris, I totally just
That's okay.
steamrolled right. No, it's not.
But yeah, I was getting big into audiobooks before right before the pandemic because I had, 2 lengthy commutes per day. And then once lockdowns happened and now I'm on a flex schedule, it's like, I'm not listening to I fell out of it, which is too bad because they are delightful. But they're not something I can just sit and listen to in my house.
Well, to clean something, put and turn it on.
So who would like to start?
I'll start because usually I try to go last because I always have a lot of extras. I don't have as many extras today.
Yeah,
That's
Jake isn't
fair.
a reader, but you used to
I
read
do,
a lot,
no,
so
I-
I'm sure you have a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
do
like
have a lot of
foundational
these are great.
knowledge.
These are great books. So again, these are all my number one. But I think my real number one, I'm gonna have to give it to Dune
yeah.
Messiah.
But specifically
Dune
Dune
Messiah.
Messiah.
Third one?
That is
Second.
the second one.
Oh, okay.
Which is
second one.
the superior book. I Will Die on That Hill.
Wow.
Dune Messiah is phenomenal.
Why is it superior?
It's better written. The prose is better. The characters are more interesting.
The plot's more
The
interesting.
plot's frankly,
Dune-
the plot is more.
Well, there isn't really a lot of plot in Dune, is there?
Yeah, I think the
mean,
first
like-
one. The first one is very straightforward, but it's also it can be a bit sloggy at points. Like there's some interesting world building, but I think it established a great world that the sequels then take great advantage of.
Where does it match up with the movie?
The movie is only the Dune.
Yeah, the first
book.
two.
Both of the movies are the first book.
Wait, are we talking about Dune and...
Dune and Dune Part 2 are based on the first book, as is the David Lynch Dune, but
when
it
we-
goes
when we
crazy
watched,
town.
because we watched
We watched the miniseries.
the Children of Dune miniseries, which we watched.
Does that go up through book 3?
The first few episodes of that are Messiah condensed,
Oh, interesting.
and then it jumps into Children of Dune,
Cool.
Which is the third book.
Huh. So it has nothing of book 1?
No,
There was a
because
separate
there
miniseries
was
that
a
was book
Dune
one.
Oh.
miniseries, which is the first book,
Okay,
and then there was a Children of Dune sequel to that
got it.
with the same cast, but that was the combination of Messiah,
Which
and
was
Children.
one of the first major roles for a very young James McAvoy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was Paul's son.
and Paul was somebody.
Colin McLaughlin.
Wasn't he the guy from that Enterprise episode?
That sounds... I feel like that came up.
Yeah, with an M. He was one of the Augment kids.
Tony Todd.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's why we knew him, because he
Yeah.
was in that. That's right. Yeah, he was. Khan's golden boy.
Mm.
All right.
Joaquin?
No,
The child from Enterprise, the Augments.
Oh, the child.
The one that
from
was
the
the one that was shitty.
The one who was banging his quasi sister.
Ugh.
There were
Yeah.
two. There were two that were banging.
Killed his quasi brother,
that's
who was
right.
also banging Persis.
Yeah.
And his name isn't coming to mind quickly.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
he was bratty. But that's a good picture. Like, Dune is like foundational. for
Yeah,
science
Dune is
fiction,
foundational, but I feel like a lot of people might read the first one and not continue. And I would encourage you, if you've read the first Dune, to read the second one at least.
Yeah,
And like
You can't just start with the second one.
You
I
can't
mean.
start
You
with
have
the
to read the
you
first
have to read
one,
the
or
first
you will
one.
be lost.
Yeah, and like honestly, I know a lot of people love some of the later stuff. I don't think anybody really loves the Brian Herbert stuff, but
No.
the later Frank Herbert stuff, I think people like.
Cool.
But I have not read
I thought
God Emperor or anything.
that it got weirder the further along he
It
got.
does.
Oh, it
gets
does.
Very weird. It gets
And
very very
but
weird.
would you say it gets better? I haven't read them, but I thought
I've only read the first 3.
Ah.
I've also only read.
I've
Okay.
enjoyed them, but yeah, and the thing is, 2, like, 1, relatively normal, 2 starts to get weird, 3 goes to Crazy Town, and by all accounts, 4, 5, and 6 go even
are just
madder.
absolutely. I've read like.
But people say they like that?
descriptions of
Yeah.
what happens in some of those.
Oh,
and
It's a little more, like, that response varies there, but everyone pretty much agrees the Brian Herbert ones are just cash grabs.
yeah, just fanfic.
Oh yeah, no, I figured that, but I guess I thought that I had heard that.
I think it varies fan
Wait,
to fan.
Frank Herbert's later. So how many did Frank Herbert actually write?
Frank.
He
Frank-
wrote the first 6. Okay, that's what I thought.
He's the original author.
Yeah, and then
And
his kid
son,
took over, right? From
Brian
his notes
Sanderson
or whatever.
someone who's I can't remember who did it.
Brian Herbert and Kevin Anderson,
Kevin Anderson, not Brian.
who
Sanderson.
wrote
Brian
some
Sanderson.
Star Wars books I quite liked. Anyway, sorry, let's let you go on.
Colonel Sanders and Louis Anderson. Got
all
it.
right, anyway,
Dune Messiah.
Dune Messiah. How about since we mentioned Star Wars books or books of something, sci-fi, whatever.
Poor
Heir
Jake.
to the Empire by Timothy.
Spell hair.
H-E-I-R.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
By Timothy Zahn was a early '90s, I want to say, Star Wars book that gave us. It was honestly for many years. I feel like it was the sort of the unofficial. This is the continuation of the Star Wars saga.
That's like the Star Wars novel.
Yeah, and like a lot of, and there's a trilogy. That's the first of the trilogy, and I've read all of them. And they're quite good. But it introduces. It's basically like what did our heroes get up to after Return of the Jedi, and it's like
Oh, so it's the
that's
one where
cool.
like Luke gets married
Luke
and all
gets
this
married.
shit.
He starts up a Jedi thing, and Han and Leia
Is
have
that-
kids.
Is that what introduces Thrawn?
And that's where Thrawn
Who's Thrawn?
yeah, he's the blue man, not from the group, but like he's like
He was like the biggest EU character for a long time,
And
to
then
the
they-
extent that they brought him into the new continuity.
yeah. So now like even though all of these books were made non-canon by Disney, they kept the Thrawn character because he was so cool. He's
Where
like
did he show up though? Like what film?
he showed up in Ahsoka and Rebels.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like an imperial general who's an alien, which is weird because the Empire didn't like aliens, but he's so good at his job that the Emperor looked the other way or something.
Yeah, he's like the only high-ranking alien Imperial.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I really like that book. Another, I think, foundational book for modern sci-fi, Watchmen.
Oh, cool.
By
Oh,
Alan
that's
Moore.
good. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a superhero. I know we don't usually include superhero,
There's a lot of science fiction in that
but
one,
it's a
though.
very sci-fi book.
Yeah, alt history, like it's
Yeah, alt history, alien monsters. Well, not real alien monsters. No spoilers, but yeah, alien-like monsters. You know,
Giant cats.
cryptid horrors. Yeah,
John can give you
there's just
cancer
it's a really
and
cool
talk.
book. It was one of the first, if not the first, graphic novel I ever read. Because I was never into comics, but I did love that one.
Yeah, Watchmen's quite good.
Okay, where am I at? 3. All right.
2 more from
2
Jake.
more. Okay, here's another foundational. Not foundational. No, this is not foundational, but it's very good.
Is it foundational for you?
It's foundational for me, I guess. Snow Crash.
Oh, cool.
By Neil Stephenson.
That's one I really have to read. I've heard
Is that the one
good
where you're on a
things.
train?
No, that's
No. Snowpiercer, that's a movie.
That's
Snowpiercer, that's a
Snowpiercer.
movie.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, no, Snow Crash it's so weird. It's basically a parody of the cyberpunk genre.
Even though it was very new
Interesting.
still.
Yeah. It was like I think I've heard it described as post-cyberpunk because it's like we're gonna make fun a lot of the tropes from cyberpunk.
I mean,
it's like obviously very much a cyberpunk novel itself.
Yeah, and it makes some still very salient points.
Oh, yeah.
The main character's name is Hiro, like Hiro, Hiro, like the Japanese name. So his name is Hiro Protagonist, which I love.
Funny. That's a good touch.
It's a great.
That's so It's tongue in cheek
good.
when it's done well and like knowing.
And that
It's
book really
Basil
that book does it
Exposition's
well.
third
And but it also like the story of it is actually really quite good and
good
compelling.
And pretty elaborate.
Yeah, no, it's very cool.
This is Snow Crash. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
okay,
Snow
maybe
Crash.
I have an Audible credit. Perhaps I will.
Yeah,
buy
I'd
the
check
Snow
it out.
Crash
I
and give it a
recommend
listen.
it.
I think we used to have it, and I was looking for it for some reason
I-
recently, and I think we may have lost it in one of our cat piss incidents.
No,
I definitely own it as
I
well if you
own
want
a
a copy to read.
So if was it my copy that got pissed on, or did you have also?
I didn't have a copy,
Okay,
so it must have been yours.
Must have been my copy. Oh well. And for my last one, I have to give it to my boy KV Jr.
Yeah, you do.
But not the one you might expect.
Oh, a different one.
Well, you might expect it from me.
KV Jr.
KV Jr. Kurt Vonnegut Jr.
Oh.
Author of Cat's Cradle.
If you didn't say Slaughterhouse 5, I was going to say Cat's Cradle.
Yeah, well, I love Slaughterhouse 5. Don't get me wrong, but like that's the one everybody knows.
Kurt Vonnegut's a junior?
Pretty sure.
I don't know if it's in his credit.
I've never
on
heard
books.
I've never heard him called junior ever. That's why I would never have even guessed what KV Junior was because I've never.
He's
heard...
a junior.
No shit. Well, I just didn't know. All right, but anyway, I'm sorry. Cat's Cradle.
Yeah. Cat's Cradle.
It's bonkers. If you think
bonkers,
Slaughterhouse 5 is bonkers,
well, yeah, I mean,
Cat's Cradle goes
I
nuts.
love Slaughterhouse 5. Slaughterhouse 5 is definitely like a top 10 book of all time, in my opinion.
You wouldn't probably have read Cat's Cradle without Slaughterhouse 5.
No, Slaughterhouse 5 is what turned me on to Vonnegut. And then I read his whole bibliography. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cat's Cradle is by far my favorite of his in terms of like just pure sci-fi content and weirdness. And yeah, it's a great book.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed to admit I still haven't read any of his novels. I've read at least one or two of his short stories.
I haven't.
Some great short stories.
I haven't either, and I feel like I've actually was just saying recently to someone that I felt that I needed to read some of it.
Well, I'd recommend Cat's Cradle. It's not a tough read. It's pretty accessible.
Is Cat's Cradle the one that also you kind of it benefits from having read other Vonnegut's first, or am I thinking of a different Vonnegut?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, I forget. I know there's a couple where Kilgore Trout comes up in multiple books, and it's more useful to know who he is before you meet him at certain times.
Maybe I don't remember if he's even in that book.
I forget. I know he pops up every so often. I don't think we ever. I think he's just referenced.
There's a lot of like common characters that will show up in his
little
book,
continuity
like Kilgore Trout.
Oh god, don't say that too loud. Some fucking studio will try to create the Vonneverse.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
No, but they would fuck it up and you know.
That's
and it's
true.
also definitely
Damn
not
it.
a shared universe. It's just they're just names that.
Yeah.
pop up.
Denny Villeneuve could do it, and I would be for it.
There you go.
I'm gonna go next because Jake and I have some overlap.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
word. Now I'm happy I have so many spares.
Going 5-1. Frankenstein.
Yes,
Oh,
good
good
pick.
call.
I'll admit to have not having read it in a very long time, but it's such a. It takes a minute to get going, but once it does, it really does grab you. It's a great book. I should reread. It's not that long, but the one of the, if not the original science fiction novel. Also, Snow Crash.
Yay!
Such a good book. Jake already said his piece, and I interrupted too. Related, Neuromancer.
I've heard good things about Neuromancer
That's,
too.
Gibson, yeah?
Yeah, which again,
Yeah.
one of the earliest books now considered cyberpunk. Some similar ideas to Snow Crash, but a lot of its own stuff. It's actually becoming a series on, I want to say, Apple.
Oh, I hope they go. Oh, Apple, I have some trust in. They're usually pretty good.
I think it's them. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's a fun one, just about a guy hired to do a tech heist thing, and all sorts of stuff gets involved I don't want to spoil. But again, if you've experienced anything cyberpunk related, a lot of the stuff you'll see there in its earliest nascent form. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Hell
Oh
yeah!
shit! How did I not think of that?
It's so good. The whole
It
series
is.
is good.
I never got past the second book. Like, I
Keep
read
going.
one
It's
and
still
loved
good.
it, and I read part of 2, and I was just kind of like, meh.
It continues to be clever. I like it a lot.
Wait, I only have one overlap with Jay, because I was also going to say Dune Messiah, but then I guess I didn't. So number 1, Fahrenheit 451.
Yay!
Love that book.
Yes.
Stuck with me in a big
It would have been
way.
surprising to me if you didn't include that.
I'd like to reread that. I feel like I read it in 9th grade, and I don't think I was ready.
I feel like with modern eyes, especially right now.
Oh my God, right now,
it's gonna hit real hard.
Yeah. I deliberately held back some of mine because I figured that they might come up.
I'm sure I'm going to bring them up.
That's why I didn't.
But first I want Caitlin to go.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to go last because I have spares.
Okay. I have like 6, and I kind of have to whittle it down. I mean, not much, I guess.
Well, you can have an honorable mention as well.
I'm not sure that any of these are honorable mentions. Because I've read Frankenstein, and I forgot about Frankenstein, and Frankenstein's great, and I've read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and okay. All right. I should probably say number 1 last, right?
Whichever way you want to go.
I think
Jake's we're all number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll do tied for first, except for my last one will be actually number 1.
Okay.
So tied for first, I put Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim on here.
I don't know it.
Is
So
that The Secret of Nim?
Yeah, that's the book that the movie is based on.
Oh, cool.
And like a lot of it is like talking mice and talking rats and shit, and it's a little bit fantastical. But the reason why we have these hyper intelligent rats and talking mice and all this shit is because they were experimented on by the National Institute of Mental Health. And I loved the movie growing up. I read the book when I was like maybe, I don't know, in 5th grade. But it was one of the ones I could think of that I had read. And, you know, since we've got experimentation, I figured I'd put that in there.
Yeah, that's good time.
Jumping off of that, another book about animal experimentation, sadly. The Plague Dogs. So, Plague Dogs is sort of the spiritual successor to Richard Adams' Watership Down.
Ah.
A lot of people think. And so it's about these
Is it
two.
the same author?
Yeah.
Did you say The Plague Dogs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was literally just thinking because I was wondering if they would actually classify that as science fiction. Because if you didn't mention it, I was gonna make an honorable mention of Plague Dogs. But so thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Well, I think it fits for the same reason is that it's like well, actually, it's similar to some of my other picks here too. But basically, what happens is these 2 dogs are being experimented on at this facility, and in this particular facility, they happen to also have like amoebas on fleas on rats who have the Black Plague, Black Death, whatever. And they escape from the facility, and like the word spreads that these animals that had been in this facility where they were, you know, experimenting on the bubonic plague have escaped. And so there was all this worry about the dogs might have the plague, and it's mostly just sort of about them like trying to elude their would-be captors. And it's actually a wicked sad book. Like it was a difficult read for me. I'm really one of these people who doesn't feel good about animal testing. Like not that I know anyone that like thinks animal testing is great, but I mean, it's difficult for me to feel like it's a necessary evil, especially when some of what we're doing is like, you know, poking a dog repeatedly in the eye with eyeliner. It's like, do we really need to do that? Don't we at this point know what is and isn't?
That's probably bad, yeah.
Isn't okay for a human eyeball?
Many people who are not necessarily opposed to all animal testing are pretty opposed to like cosmetic
animal testing.
Yeah,
and
it's
I mean
highly unnecessary.
Right,
yeah.
And like on the other hand, like, you know, we have to know how to cure cancer.
Yeah,
is killing a bunch of mice the way to do that? I don't know of a better one, you know, but what makes a life valuable, right? So it's a bit anyway, but it's wicked sad. It ends wicked sad. It's just anyway, but it's a book I read, and it has a science fiction element.
Yeah,
it sounds very interesting.
I also like that it is a very heavy book, I think, but isn't the organization that runs the animal like the people that are chasing them, aren't they ARS? I feel like that was.
Oh, it might be like ARS, like Animal Research something.
Like Animal Research Science Experiment.
You know, that's really funny.
Yeah,
maybe I don't remember, but you might be.
I think it was called ARS.
Have you ever seen the film?
I didn't know there was a film.
Yeah, they made a movie of it, and they've got John Hurt, who was in
I
Watership
love
Down.
John Hurt.
He plays Snitter, which is
it
the
an
Jack
animated
Russell
film?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it the same style as Watership Down, or?
I feel like it's overall not as visually stunning because I feel like Watership Down is really beautiful, but another one of my favorite movies, sadly not science fiction. But yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was the same like movie house that did it or whatever. I have no idea. Not movie house, you know what I mean? Animation studio. Anyway, speaking of viruses that kill people, World War Z.
Oh, cool.
And I mostly included that because of the zombie virus element. I mean, otherwise, it's just kind of a bunch of vignettes about how the zombie apocalypse is not being survived very well in different parts of the world, which I guess is kind of science fiction. But again, like my list of science fiction is small. And one.
You have 2 more slots.
2, 3, 4. Great. Okay, this one's probably second and the next one's first. So let's say those were tied for 3, and the rest of these are actually 2 and 1. So my second place is The Siberiad by Stanislaw Lev. It's a bunch of short stories or like myths or lore or whatever, parables about these 2 constructor robots who are like going around the galaxy creating like fantastical like machinery. And at first it isn't like super obvious, at least it wasn't to me super obvious that they were robots. Maybe it is obvious and I'm just dumb. It's possible. I'm just, to be fair. But I remember at the time, like I listened to it a couple of times and I really liked it. And anyway, I highly recommend that one. And the audiobook is really good. The guy doing the voices is quite amusing. And First, yes, thank you. First and last. More animal experimentation, I'm afraid, which is, it's obviously something that, you know, is not near and dear to my heart. The opposite. The animals are near and dear to my heart, and the experimentation upon them is horrifying, and it makes for good sci-fi for me for that reason. There was a graphic novel. Mine and Chris's roommate M gave it to me for Christmas, I want to say 1 year, and I had never heard of it. It's called We Three. And it's about these 3 animals. It's like a golden retriever, a cat, and a bunny. And they've all been experimented on and put into these like big mech suits. And like they've had their like brains experimented on so they can kind of talk a little bit. But like the dog is like kind of stupid. Like is good boy. And the cat is just
good boy.
And the cat is just pissed at people all the time. Like every time it's near people, it just says stink, man, all the time.
Interesting.
And the rabbit mostly just kind of goes, uh-oh. Like there's not a lot going on in that brain. But I don't remember exactly what happens. I think they escape. I haven't read it in a minute because it's hard. It's difficult. Like I love it, but it's a hard read. But they escape from the facility, and there's like this big fucking Rottweiler in a mech that gets sent after them, and there's a horrible fight. But eventually the dog and the cat make it to safety, and I think like one of the scientists who was working on them like takes off their like off of the Borg shit that was added to them to make them, you know, robo dog and robo cat, and they're able to like have a normal life. Anyway,
wow.
But yeah, it's rough. And it's rough, and it definitely. Like Watership Down, speaking of Watership Down a minute ago, is like one of my favorite movies, but like people are often horrified to hear that because it's a fucked up movie and there's just a lot of blood and a lot of dead rabbits. But it's one of my faves, and We Three is no less horrifying, I think.
It sounds like it's in that same kind of heart-wrenching camp of stuff that you want to have a cause. You want to say like these animals deserve to be saved, kind of a thing.
I did have an honorable mention, and I'm guessing... Do you want me to wait until you do yours? It won't be on yours, because it's not...
Yeah, then give it to me.
My honorable mention would be... There's a graphic novel about the dog Laika, who was shot into space.
Yeah, the Russian dog.
And the
Russian Cosmo dog.
Yeah, Sputnik 2. But, I mean, like, it's... You know, it's a fictional sort of... It is about Laika, but, like, she's talking. You know, again, like, I feel like she's at least, like, we're getting thought bubbles, but it sort of traces her, like, start on the streets and then her being taken in by the scientist and, like, because, I mean, for anyone who doesn't know, like, Laika was a street dog. They took her in Russia. They were planning to, like, shoot her into space, and they did, and... Spoilers, it kills her within hours. She's gone. But the thing that I find, like, the most tragic about Laika, aside from all of it, is that the scientist who was working with her and who would ultimately put her into Sputnik 2 and launch her into space took her home to his family for the weekend. This stray dog who had like never had that kind of life is like shown for a few sweet days what it's like to like have a family.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, well, get into this little ball, motherfucker. We're going to launch you now. Anyway, the graphic novel is fucking brutal, and the story is brutal, and it breaks my heart. I guess the theme here is, for the most part, is just that I don't think animal experimentation is very good, but it makes for good science fiction.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stories out there about it. That's interesting, Caitlin. I'm surprised you didn't say anything about Animorphs.
I didn't really... So the thing... yeah, that's a good point. Animorphs is great, and it is sci-fi, because it's aliens. Shit. Well, second... I think part of it is that I just don't remember any specific book as being a
Say
particular...
the whole thing. I'm going to say the whole thing first.
Get it, girl. It's you.
So.
Do it.
There we go.
Okay, so my list, and Jesus Christ, I have spares, but I don't know which ones will end up making the blog post. So we'll see. Yeah, I think this is it. I think this is my list. Number 5, I'm giving to Ender's Game, because it's mind-blowing. Just the way that it kind of unfolds in an interesting way, that this genius boy who they train to be a military warrior, effectively, like concocting all the strategies for a military assault on a planet of aliens whom we don't like. It makes you think in very different ways about how this works. Like, there's an anti-grav scene that you picture perfectly because they explain it so perfectly, and it's magical. So say what you will about our Orson Scott Card, but he can write a damn book. You know who else can write a damn book? My boy Aldous Huxley, whom I love, and I'm sure this was one of the ones Jake that didn't put on his list. So
I wanted to save it for you.
So you can save it for me because you're so kind. Because I fucking love Brave New World. It is stunning. It has sat with me since high school, and there's different adaptations of it that are varying stages of good to fine. But the original Brave New World is just so interesting in how it treats a utopia like a dystopia, and that's so fascinating. Of the whole Silo series, I would give it to Wool. Wool is fucking excellent. It's the first of the series, but I'm probably just going to say the whole series by Hugh Howey is so excellent. It's a post-apocalyptic world where you live in a silo, but it's been so long since that you don't know what the deal with outside is. It's so interesting. So I highly recommend that because of the twistiness of it. And each book, it reveals a little bit more of the story, and it's very fascinating. Number 2, I gotta agree with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's the one I'm going to allow overlap on from me, because I can't not say Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because it's such good, like, farce and sci-fi comedy, and so funny. So I love that book a whole lot. And even though Jake wouldn't say it, I'm going to make sure Slaughterhouse-5 is on the list because it is so good. I think you were talking with friends of ours, Caitlin, about how people either love Kurt Vonnegut or they read one book and stop. Read Vonnegut. I'm in the read all of Vonnegut because it's all fucking really good stuff.
Oh, was that a Bo thing? Is that where this came up? Oh, okay. I was like, I know that I was just talking about Vonnegut. Okay, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, we were all playing Jackbox
games
together, and someone said, "Oh, I couldn't get into Vonnegut. I read one and then stopped." And I kept quiet because I didn't want to have this conversation on a Zoom call, because it's hard to talk with a lot of people on a Zoom call at once.
Yeah. And
I'm defending Kurt Vonnegut now. Read Slaughterhouse-5, and you will get into it. So read Slaughterhouse-5 and Cat's Cradle and Mother Night and all of them. They're all good. That's it.
Mother Night's very good.
Mother Night's great. I have too many honorables mentioned to say, so I'm just going to do my top couple of ones. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir is fucking excellent. I'm super excited for the movie that's coming out later this year, and hopefully they nail it. Please nail it. I want it so hard.
Fingers crossed.
And also The Road is an excellent dystopian post-apocalyptic book nightmare.
I didn't think of the Road.
Fucking love The Road.
That's a great,
so
great
well
book.
written.
Disturbing.
Yeah, and I will, as I said, second Dune Messiah, as I was doing my list live, and I thought it was going to be on mine, but then I realized that was 6, so... But yes, you do have to read the first one for the second one to make sense, but the second one is better. It's snappier and twistier and weirder.
Did I miss it, or did nobody say Orwell? 1984?
No, it's 2 down in my list of way more honorables mentioned, because I also have like a whole Expanse series. Yeah. I have the whole Lady Astronaut series. I have Murderbot Diaries, which I'm reading right now.
Yeah, there's so many out there that like your list could have been.
Yeah, it goes on and on.
We should have just let you do 20, and the rest of us could have taken the day off.
I had 20. I didn't even bring up any Lovecraft somehow.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it was further down in the list. Station 11 is good. Contact is good. I know Chris doesn't like it, but I do like Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep.
I need to reread it as an adult. I'll probably like it more, although it'll be hard-pressed for me to like it more than the movie still.
It's just treat it like an entirely different work. Like, there's barely any of...
Yeah, no, I
the
remember
movie
that there's not a
does
lot.
not take a lot from the book. It takes the
No.
basic world.
The old point-and-click game, weirdly, takes a few things from it, though, which
That's
is
pretty
fun.
good.
Well, I will honorable mention 1984.
Do
because
it!
I do love it.
Big Brother is watching.
Big Brother is watching.
That
I
dick,
feel like it.
that perv.
I feel like it's often mentioned in the same sentences and conversations as Brave New World because they're both kind of like these weird dystopias.
And they were contemporaries.
So,
But I'll just say for the record, Huxley is 10 times the writer Orwell was. But
so
I still think 1984 is worth talking about and reading.
I've never actually read it, I have to admit, but I did have this book as a kid called, I don't remember the exact, it was like The Odyssey Abridged or the short, anyway, it was comedy summaries of various famous novels.
Huh.
And I just remember that that 1984 opened with, "It was the future and everything sucked."
I also don't know that it qualifies as sci-fi, so
I think it's usually called.
No, 1984 definitely is.
Oh.
No, but I was going to say, I don't think Animal Farm does, but I think that's a better Orwell book.
I don't think it's...
I don't
I
think
guess
it
it's
is.
not science fiction, but it is.
It's weird.
It's definitely weird.
A new film version is coming out.
Are they?
No, we don't need any
That,
more film versions. It's horrific.
Gollum is directing it.
Oh.
Can't think of his name.
Andy Serkis?
Thank
Andy
you.
Serkis.
I kept thinking Andy Samberg, and I was like, that's not it.
Andy Samberg.
That would be a great,
Um,
totally different movie.
Would y'all count... Because Caitlin got on a big animal experimentation vibe, and I was started thinking Flowers for Algernon.
I had that thought too. when
Flowers
she
for Algernon
mentioned,
is so good.
It's so good.
When I was trying to help myself think of things, I did just look up a list of science fiction novels. That considered it science fiction.
It comes from
I read
the
it.
5-minute Iliad.
Considered
Thank you! That's what it's called.
Wait, considered what? Flowers for Algernon? Of course it is.
Yeah, no, it definitely... It just...
science experiment.
It
Yes.
wouldn't
Yeah.
have occurred to me if I hadn't seen it in the list.
It didn't occur to me either. But I did read it, and it is a great
It's
book.
so good.
It's a great book. We actually had friends do a play version in
Yes, it was very
college.
I remember saying to a guy, he's the first character to say Algernon out loud. And I said to him, hey, what would it take to get you to say Algernon so everyone else would have to follow suit?
No.
Anyway.
That's actually the correct pronunciation.
Well, I know that, and you know that, but
yeah.
plebs don't.
Plebs.
Anyway, well, that's cool. Well, definitely a lot of good books out there, a lot of good short stories, graphic novels. Even if you're like me and functionally illiterate, there's something in there for everyone, even just looking at the pretty pictures.
Ask somebody that can read. Help you download the
audiobook?
The audiobook.
Do an audiobook.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, we love Star Trek, we love sci-fi on television and films, but, the genre was born on the page, and it is still quite strong there. So
Yeah.
Also, definitely read A Stitch in Time. I know
Oh, yeah,
it's
the
a
Andy
I know it's a
Robinson
Star
book.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know it's a
And
Star
there's a-
Trek
and there
book,
is
but it
a-
fucking rocks.
There's an audiobook that is narrated by none other than the man himself, Andy Robinson.
Oh, and when he
So-
does the Rom voice, it's very sad.
Oh,
He's not good
I
at
do
it.
love
He's-
hearing him do the voices,
He's
though. It's
terrible
very
with some of
fun.
the voices. But yeah, he does a great
His
character.
quirk's not bad. Yeah, his Garrick is good.
But yeah, definitely, if you can't stomach reading with your eyes, read with your ears and enjoy. And also enjoy more episodes of our show with your ears, such as next week, where we'll be talking about the next episode of Star Trek Discovery, Species High C.
10C.
Is it orange
10C.
flavored?
Yeah, I know.
Ecto-Coola.
Forever at war with the Kool-Aid Galaxy.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, so that's coming up next week. That's Discovery, episode 12 of season 4. Species 10C. I wonder what'll happen then. They're really getting creative with these episode names. We went from the really long.
So you know what? I'll take these over the pretentious
pretentious interpretive names, and now it's just.
It's like,
we're gonna do the Great Barrier. We're gonna talk about the Rosetta Stone. We're gonna meet species 10C. Great.
the only Trek I will let get away with the pretentious long titles is TOS. Every other Star Trek should have knocked it off.
Yeah.
For the world is hollow, and I have touched the sky.
Yeah. Anywho, so that's next time. In the meantime, you can catch up with us on the internet at our SoundCloud, where you can just listen to more episodes of the podcast. But you can read more about us on our blog at Tumblr, SSHB Podcast.
That's where all these novels are.
And our fan fiction, which is also literature.
Yeah, we have our own
That's true. Why
literature.
didn't we count those as our favorite sci-fi?
They're Star Trek.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Well, we do have the Star Wars one, though.
That's true.
But it's crossovers.
That's true.
Ugh, and mine was terrible, so let's not mention it.
Mine was pretty bad, too. Mine was just a setup for a Dexter Jetster joke.
It was a good joke.
Yeah, it was good, though.
Good
I was going to say, there was nothing bad about that.
Anywho, yeah, and you can find us on Blue Sky, Facebook, SHB Podcast. Just do the search. You'll find us. We're great. You can listen to the podcast, as I mentioned, on SoundCloud, on YouTube, Stitcher. No, that's not the thing. What's the thing? Spotify. That's the one.
Stitcher used to be a thing.
That's a thing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it did. I think it was. I think it was podcast.
Was it
wasn't
podcast?
it? I think it was. Yeah.
We're not there.
I don't know that it exists anymore.
But we're on Spotify, and we're also on Apple and wherever else things are found.
You found us this time. Just do what you did.
Just do it again. Maybe they just found like a mystery USB stick on the ground.
Or they're like on a bus where some prick is listening to us with the headphones off.
Or with a boombox.
Don't do that. Use headphones if you like us.
With a boombox, we should neck pinch them.
I was gonna say, yeah. If you're on a bus and somebody is listening to this podcast with boombox, then I hate you. I berate you.
I still hate you.
And I say screw you too. My name has been Jake.
This is McChris.
This has been Ames.
This is always Caitlin.
Closing the book on this one.
Hey, there you go.
Hey.
Fuck.